Okay, right here, you'll see on the floor, there's a white heel because one of the girls in front of me ended up dropping her heels. She wore sandals to the ceremony, but she thought of just hiding her sandals and then switching out when we walk up on stage. For one, great catch. Two, oh my goodness, I was so nervous for her. And I'm thinking, oh my god, I am so far up front.
Joining our graduates today are faculty, staff, there are loved ones who come from throughout the Commonwealth, across the nation, and even some who've flown in from other nations just to be a part of this celebration. And we're honored to host our guest speaker, Governor Glenn Youngkin, who we'll introduce to you shortly. So to everyone who's here, no matter where you're from, I extend a warm welcome to George Mason University. Today we will honor more than 10,000 recipients of bachelor's, master's, doctoral, and law degrees, as well as recipients of more than 700 certificates. This marks the largest number of graduates, not just in Mason history, but in the history of the Commonwealth of Virginia. That's a big deal. The way I see it, that is 11,000 lives nearly that have been transformed and will be transformed today. Our graduates hail from 111 countries, 50 states, and a multitude of backgrounds. About 1 in 4 patriots that we're honoring today is the first in their family to graduate or earn a 4-year degree. And we'll take it one step further. Would our first Gen graduates please stand and so we can celebrate. So it's time for us to take an assessment of what that storm has done to our trees. Now, you'll only have to hear me say this one more time before you go. But what does it mean to be a patriot? Today, I want to share with you an obligation of how you have defined being a patriot. It's what I've observed throughout the year. The pandemic put so much stress on the fabric of our world that society seemed to start coming apart at the seams. But you all stuck together. You did what you had to do in order to get through the pandemic. You didn't fight each other. You fought the virus. And together, we won. You see, so when I look at it, that is who we are. As the winds of society shifted, sometimes blowing your way, other times throwing sand in your eyes, you stuck to your beliefs. Even in the most divisive of political environments that many of us have ever experienced, you have held your stability while indeed voicing your truths. That is who we are. I want to leave with you a remarkable story that we witnessed from our students last summer. And this was shortly before a landmark Supreme Court decision was handed down. Doesn't matter the decision, but let me explain to you about what this told me about who you are as Mason students. 2 groups of Mason students representing both sides of this contentious issue showed up at our Mason Square campus in Arlington to demonstrate. Their passions could not have run higher. Their convictions could not have run deeper. And there they were, on the same plaza, determined to be heard. As an administration, we were nervous. As your president, I was nervous. But do you know what they did? They first negotiated the terms of their protest and counter-protest. They agreed not to photograph or demonize one another on social media. Each gave room to the other to make their points. The chants and the shouts were joined and went back and forth like a tennis match. And when each had their say, they left in peace. Neither side was silenced, nor tried to silence the others. In the end, they came and they left as patriots. That is who we are. And this is who you are going to have to be throughout your lifetimes. I am sorry to tell you, but the living doesn't get any easier from here. It does get more exciting, however. Just as you're the last graduating class to have entered before the pandemic, you're also the first generation of Americans who will lead the new world that now rises up before us. By the time you reach mid-career, that means by the time you get to my age, or younger, America will be a nation without ethnic majorities. That America will just be many different people of different backgrounds and beliefs, all still trying to build a more perfect union. You will govern, you will conduct commerce, and you will socialize differently than any American has had to before. That diversity of origin, identity, circumstance, and thought is what we affectionately call altogether different. It has caused some struggles and many triumphs, but it isn't just a nascent slogan. For you all, it is actually your future. We have tried to prepare you for the world you are about to take on. And class of 2023, the largest, most diverse class in the history of the Commonwealth of Virginia, you are indeed ready to take on that world. You are armed with an education like no other, supported by friends you have made from all walks of life, and lifted up by a vision of the world you will forge with your own grit and audacity. That is who you are, and that is what it means to be a patriot. So as your president, I do not worry about your success. I celebrate it because you were built for a time such as this. Thank you.
And to those that have been a part of this journey, you hold a very special place in my heart. You know who you are, and I am eternally grateful for everything you've done for me. I take this diploma in hand in representation of not only myself, but those around me. Congratulations, class of 2023. I hope you remember this quote by Maya Angelou. Success is like liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it.